Hello everybody and welcome back to the Universary. Today's video is going to have a couple of borrowers who want the benefit of their bargain and no responsibility. This first one is Kay Haley versus Linda and Spencer Weisenberg before the Honorable Judge Brett Buckley in Thurston County, Washington. Miss Linda borrowed a scooter from Miss Kay and never returned it. And unfortunately, this has an impact on their friendship. Hope you enjoy.
Ms. Haley is present in court, and she indicates that, and is Spencer, what's the relationship of Spencer?
Spencer is Linda Wiesensberg's youngest son.
Okay, and Linda, your relationship to her?
Been friends for 45 years.
Okay. So Ms. Haley indicates that back last fall, because actually, when did you initially loan the scooter to?
Probably 2 years ago.
Okay, 2 years ago, and then you needed it back last fall because your daughter had health needs.
Yeah, and they're getting worse now, so now it's becoming accelerated. She's diabetic, and so.
Okay, and to this date, you've not received return of the scooter. And you filed an action for $1,600. Tell me how you arrived at the $1,600.
What I paid for it used probably 3 years ago. I had nothing else to measure it by, so I bought 2 scooters back then, and I paid $3,200 for the 2 of them. That was the better one of the 2, but I just split it in half, thinking it gives me a place to start.
Okay. And I'm going to guess, because I didn't see anything in here, that there wasn't a written loan agreement. It was you just did it as a friend.
She had gone into the hospital, then into a nursing facility. When she got out of the nursing facility, because she's really an outdoorsy kind of person, I wanted her to at least be mobile enough to be able to walk around the neighborhood, get the mail, get outside.
Right.
And so I loaned her the scooter, just so that she would have some other means of mobility besides trying to walk, because she was kind of incapacitated at that time.
All right. And what were the comments when you gave the scooter to her, relative to, is this a gift or is this a loan? Was there a discussion about that?
I was just loaning it to her for her to use until she got better. I would touch base from time to time and say, how's it going? And I really wouldn't ask for the scooter back. Mm-hmm. But she knew that it was on loan to her.
Okay. And why do you think she knew that?
Knew that it was on loan to her?
Yes.
Because I had told her directly that I'm loaning this to you, and okay, I'll want it back, but I don't need it back right now, because I had 2, and right. I said, but if I do, I'll just reach out and get it back. I know it's safe.
All right. Thank you. All right. Ms. Is it Wesenberg or Wiesenberg?
Wiesenberg.
All right, Ms. Wiesenberg, go ahead.
Well,
say anything you want.
Say anything I want.
Anything you want.
What do you want to know?
Well, what I want to know is that Ms. Haley says she loaned you a scooter and you haven't given it back, and she would like it back and you haven't done that, and she's now seeking damages, which is the cost of the scooter, so she can buy another one.
Yes. That's
so you go ahead and tell me, what's the issue with the scooter?
Apparently the issue is that my son loaned it to someone and didn't get it back.
Okay.
Without my knowledge. And apparently she tried to reach him many times, but had the wrong phone number or obsolete phone number, so he didn't know she was trying to reach him. uh, I know this to Kay, it's a matter of principle. She's a lady of principle, and that dictates what she does. And that's why she's asking for damages. I
Okay.
think uh, uh I I don't remember it costing that much, but because I was with her when she purchased it. And but she says that's I'm incorrect and it could be. I don't know. I just think I was hoping she could just uh drop this suit against us because she's demonstrated her principles and what she thinks about the whole situation. She knows I can't afford to pay her anything. Uh, but if I have to, whatever you decide, uh, oh, it would have to be hopefully something over time that I could somehow handle.
Don't worry about that.
And uh, I'm sorry it affected our friendship, but if if you get sued by somebody, it's gonna affect your friendship, and she knows that. I
All
know
right.
that. I know that. So I'm just hoping she can see her way to dropping the issue in hopes
All
that
right.
we can repair our friendship. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Wiesenberg. And Mr. Wiesenberg, anything you want to say?
I just want to express my appreciation to the court and the time that has been spent on this. Excuse me. It's got everybody pretty upset. There was never any contract, but I'm not trying to ask to um, be alleviated from any responsibility of it. It's just something that happened, and but there was never any contract of any sort, sir.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
All righty. Ms. Haley, what were your costs of serving the claim on Ms. Wiesenberg?
$70.
Thank you. In this case, I'll find that there was an agreement to loan a scooter. Ms. Haley was trying to assist her friend, Ms. Wiesenberg, who had come out of surgery and lacked mobility at the time, and tried to give her an opportunity to be outside, and loaned a scooter to that effect. And that was a couple of years ago. And sometime over the last couple of years, Mr. Wiesenberg loaned the scooter out to somebody else, and that scooter is now no longer available and gone, as best I can tell. And Ms. Haley has been asking for it back since last fall, when her daughter came in need of the scooter, and she's not received return of it during that period of time. She's now seeking judgment from the court in the amount of the scooter. And based on the failure to return the scooter, I will find judgment for Ms. Haley in the amount of $1,600 plus the costs, totaling $120. So it'll be a total of $1,720, which she is entitled to for the inability to return the scooter. And I will note that the loan agreement was with Ms. Wiesenberg and Ms. Haley. Am I correct that Spencer was not part of the initial discussion about the loan? It was Ms. Wiesenberg.
It was for her. He lives with his mother.
Right.
I
mean, did you talk, was he part of the loan discussion?
He knew that I wanted it back and that I was loaning it to her, yes.
Okay. All right.
He was not party to
the use
the
of
benefits of it.
Right.
Let's put it that way, other than allowing his mom to have.
Okay. So what I've done is I've removed Spencer as a defendant because I don't think he's an appropriate defendant in this case on the action, since it would be Ms. Wiesenberg to whom the loan was made and the loan would come back. Doesn't mean, Spencer, you can't help your mom in this regard.
I understand completely what's happened right now. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So the judgment is against Ms. Wiesenberg for the inability to return the scooter as part of this, and we'll give you a copy of that judgment. And do we send it, or do they get it to the file?
Not through the file.
Okay, and then Mr. Wiesenberg, a copy of the judgment will be available in the file for you at district court, so you can always access it that way.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you,
Thank you, folks, and
Thank
we'll get
you.
you a copy.
Yes.
Yes.
It's all right.
I knew the whole time that's what's going to happen.
You're welcome. I hope your daughter's doing okay.
It is what it is. I just wish Spencer would come out more on the shoulder.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bill.
You're welcome. All right. Bye-bye.
So I do feel a little sorry for the ladies in the first case. It seems like they've been friends for a while, and something like this is definitely going to come between them, and that's just very sad. This next one, I don't feel nearly as bad for. A man signs up to be a school bus driver, and part of the contract is that the school will pay for your training, but you have to stay with the school a certain amount of time. Well, guess what he didn't? Hope you enjoy. Let me know in the comments.
Mendon Community Schools versus Robert Tyler. Mr. Tyler, would you come up and have a seat over here? Griffith Matthews, can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
And Mr. Tyler, you can hear me. I'm going to take this off me so they can see you. Would you both please raise your right hand? All right. And Ms. Matthews, what's your position with Mendon Schools?
I'm the superintendent.
Superintendent in Mendon covers a lot of different job descriptions.
Yes, it does.
But let's talk about this. This is a situation where the school provided training funds to train Mr. Tyler as a bus driver under the condition that he remained for a certain period of time. I'll read the summons and complaint. Mr. Tyler entered into a contract with Mendon Schools in July of 22. This contract stated that Mr. Tyler would receive the training to be a bus driver with the obligation of 2 years of employment with the school. The training was to be deemed repaid at $500 per semester. Mr. Tyler resigned from his position August 31st of 23, therefore owing the district 2 semesters, $1,000. Ms. Griffith Matthews, that's your position?
Yes, it is.
Mr. Tyler's here with me in the courthouse, and he was here early and ready to go. Mr. Tyler, what's your position?
My position is that I think the issue is they need to rewrite the way they do their contract, because this was me turning my keys in for the summer. This, if you see the so-called resignation letter, I made myself available for them. And I went on and I reached out to the principal and to the bus director and told them that I would be available for sporting events. If they needed to call me, they needed to give me a call. They never called me, and they took this as a resignation. And the contract does not say, Your
Well,
Honor.
do I have what you're referring to? Well, do I have that?
It's a handwritten note from him with his keys. We don't turn our keys in for the summer. So, yeah, this was on August 1st. It's a handwritten as part of the packet, I believe.
Let me scroll down, man. I didn't scroll
Okay.
down far enough. Here's the contract dated 7/29 of 22. Then he was informed in August, this is to inform you that the Menards Community Schools have acted on your resignation at their regularly scheduled meeting. Please accept this letter as written notice that you no longer work for Menards Community Schools. Now, I guess I didn't go here. Here are my keys. I care about the kids in our school more than anything else. Have the school call me when they are ready to have someone that can drive for them for the next 20 years, driving bus and not a van. Right now, it definitely seems like something that can't be done. Sincerely, Robert Moses Taylor. P.S. I would hope the school would not try and sue me because it's just not worth it to them. Well, guess what? Apparently it is.
Yes, it is. It is.
And what the fact that, and it doesn't say that in that letter, that you may be available for sporting events and other special transportation isn't the same as having a daily bus driver. And the fact that you turned in your keys certainly would indicate that you were done. Where does it say you were willing to work part-time?
Those were sent in emails to the principal.
Right. Well, you owe them $1,000. You signed a contract and you breached the contract. Are you driving a bus now?
I'm driving a bus that doesn't require CDL.
Okay. All right. All right. Can you pay that within 21 days or do you need some sort of payment plan?
I definitely need a payment plan, sir.
All right.
I'm one of the lower income families in Mendon, as it is.
All right. Can you pay $100 per month?
I would agree to that.
All right. I'm going to find $1,000 for the plaintiff, $63.65 filing fee, and the service fee is $55.54. The total is $1,119. At $100 per month, that will take about 12 months. We're going to start this July 1st. All right. It just sort of is what it is. I do respect the fact that you respect the process. You were here live, ready to state your position, but contract is a contract. That's why it's there. All right, you owe $100 per month for the next 11 months and then $19.19 for the 12th month. All right, I'll have the court officer take you out. You can get a copy of this judgment. You make the payment directly to Mendon Community Schools.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Good luck, Mr. Tyler.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Your Honor.
Yes.
Don't forget, I'm going to tell that lady about the job.
Well, we still.
Everybody.
Just give me your first name.
Sarah.
All right. Yeah, she's in the pile.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. All right, Miss Griffin. Matthews, you're good to go.